Thank you very much, Dr. Mikta. And as we proceed, each person on the panel will be provided 5 minutes, and it'll be strictly enforced because politicians sometimes can go beyond 5 minutes. And so we will proceed, and I'll be the first. And at this, again, I want to thank each of you for being here. I want to thank the staff that have been so helpful in getting this together, and the persons in the audience. It's wonderful to have the interest that there is. One point that I want to really reiterate on behalf of to the American people, and that is there's really only one reason why war criminal Putin invaded Ukraine, and it's because he wants to reinstitute and recreate the failed Soviet Union, and he wants to create that empire. And there was previously the Soviet Empire with nomenclatura, the elite running the and being beneficial to the elite, not to the people of Russia or the Russian or the Soviet republics. And now it's, Congressman Costa is right, it's a mafia with oligarchs who are being benefited, and the people of Russia are being taken advantage of. And it's particularly sad for me because I've had wonderful visits to Russia, from St. Petersburg to Novosibirsk. One time I was there to see a billboard that said, "Welcome to Novosibirsk." Times have changed. It said in English, the Chicago of Siberia. Chelyabinsk is the sister city of my home community of Columbia, South Carolina. Wonderful visits to St. Petersburg. And so it's really disappointing to me about the people of Russia. And another point is that it's been stated that Putin acted out of self-defense because of the threat of NATO. NATO is a defensive organization. He's had a border with NATO since 1949. It's called Norway. To claim that he was trying to avoid a border with NATO in Ukraine actually failed, as we know. Finland has an 830-mile border with the Russian Federation, and now a member of NATO, and how extraordinary the unintended consequence of Finland and Sweden giving up 200 years of neutrality. Indeed, to me, is clear that war criminal Putin is on a path to self-destruction. But it has nothing to do, it was purely made up, his concerns about NATO. With that in mind, and Dr. Hopko and everyone, sanctions are so important to me, and I want to congratulate the Department of Commerce for truly enforcing these. But it needs to be enforced so that, indeed, the oligarchs are affected. That's who the sanctions will be against. And with that in mind, beginning with each one of you, what more can be done by the United States, our NATO allies, the European Union, the 39 countries that have been identified as supporting a free and vibrant Ukraine?
Thank you, Chairman Wilson. Thank you for these important questions. So actually, we expected after the Russian invasion back in 2014 that sanction policy will become a diplomatic leverage to prevent the full-scale war. And actually now we are here in DC also advocating for the continuation of the sanctions against Nord Stream 2, which is really important to continue. And also an international humanitarian military mission must be deployed to provide air defense for Ukraine's nuclear infrastructure. Because what Russia did for the first time this year in August, during the massive missile attack in combination of ballistic cruise missiles, kamikaze drones, for the first time they used nuclear warheads just to destroy different substations and near the nuclear power plants in different regions of Ukraine. So I think it's really important to avoid the nuclear accident in Ukraine, this international humanitarian military mission. And we are very thankful for Biden giving permission for ATACMS, even if still there are some restrictions on the use of Western-made weapons against Russia by UK and other nations. But winter will be very tough. But we have this resilience, and we know that Russia wants to freeze Ukrainians, weaponize winter, and we need America to greenlight the decision for Poland and Romania, because we are now advocating for the air defense shield over Western Ukraine, Odessa, which is critically important because we are exporting grain, and let's not allow Russia to weaponize food as weaponization of hunger. So key main issues: sanctions. Besides Nord Stream 2, there are a list of sanctions, especially on oil and Russian gas. And I think this is a great opportunity for America to export more LNG to European market instead of Russian LNG. And it's crucially important. And Western components, which are being found in ballistic missiles produced by North Korea, which they gave to Russia and they used against us in 2024. Can you imagine that we found components from the UK and the US manufactured in 2023 in North Korean missiles, which were used against us this year? So this is another issue, and I know that Helsinki Commission focused on this sanctions policy as well. So this is main area, and let's not allow Russia to produce more kinzhals, more drones with the usage of Western components, which are critical for their military industry. And of course, what Russia is really afraid of, Chairman Wilson, I have some gift for you. Maybe I will give it to you because you mentioned that what Putin is, the biggest fear of Mr. Putin, the war criminal, that Russia will repeat the destiny of Soviet Union. This is what he is afraid of. And I think we don't have this fear because we, together with Helsinki Commission, for many years we are advocating this make Russia small again. And this is in this picture you will see Moscovia, the size of Moscovia and how Russia is now. So the attacks from Russia in Baltic Sea and the statement that they want to redraw the maritime borders in Baltic Sea. It's another way of imperialism. Yeah. So I think they are afraid of Russia becoming a size of Moscow, and this is what Putin publicly said. But deimperialization is the key, and this T-shirt is a gift from our Ukraine Victory Center and for other honorable members.
And again, thank you for your passion, and we're so grateful